So when it comes to Zenless Zone Zero, there's been a lot, and I mean a lot of negative views on it. And personally, I kind of want to make this video first to kind of just start off everything, to kind of let you know my opinions and my thought on this game later down the line when we make more videos and more content on this game. And so I personally want to say the two YouTubers I've been looking at right now about this issue so far, and they've been talking to other people as well. Well, specifically one, Tectone, he did his video where he was talking about the game and what their pros and cons were and if other content creators like the game or not. And also Hex Juice was talking about her opinion on it as well. And it seems like with Tectones, I could say is also as well, with Hex Juice, yeah. And a lot of people are saying they don't like the game. It's not just those two. Well, Tectone is a little bit more lenient because he's telling us the good things about the game and things that are qualities of it, as well as Hex Juice, but I think Tectone does it a little bit more. So looking at it from a casual and from a semi gacha game, I've been into the gacha games. I would say I enjoy this game. I enjoy this game quite a bit. Again, Tectone mentioned it that people are starting to hate people that are enjoying the game, which I don't understand. And that's something I feel like should not be done, because if at the end of the day, if we enjoy a game, we should be able to enjoy it. And if you don't have to play it. As other people that should enjoy the game, that's something you shouldn't just push on to people to not like it, or to force them to be like, why do you like this for? And question, their enjoyment of the game. Kind of wanted to mention that because that was something very important. As well as people are saying that they're having lots of issues with the televisions. People are saying the television sequences are boring, that there's nothing good to offer with those most of the time, because I know Hex Juice mentioned it as well. Sorry, I'm going to probably be mentioning these two in, the entire video. When it comes to that, the TVs are enjoyable for me because it kind of slows down the pace a bit more. I'm not too in a rush to pace through the story or anything like that. I'm not in a rush. And I kind of wanted to listen to it from a story perspective, and also just kind of not going to feel hardcore about, because I feel like for me, that's more of like playing competitive games such as Valorant or anything like that. But for the most part, the televisions were enjoyable for me. I liked them. They were a fresh of breath air to like not just focus on combat. They did it in a better way than doing it how some of the Genshin things were personally. The way for me, how they did puzzles or how they did other things, I didn't particularly like and enjoy. And I think that's just also partially because I didn't like the open world aspect of that game. Because of that game specifically, I didn't enjoy the open world aspect too much. And so I feel like having it a little bit of a smaller scale for Zenless Zone Zero was something a little bit more enjoyable and more convenient for myself. And I feel like having those mini games and the other aspects going on that are nearby, like the arcades that I was seeing, that was also cool. And for the most part of that, I think that's something that is a good point to say that it's better for it to be smaller, and it's totally different than how the other gacha games are. So I feel like comparing it face-to-face value on that is also different, and you shouldn't be really compared to, because people also were comparing it to Genshin Impact and Withering Waves, but also those are two open world games, and they're also vastly different in how they do combat and how they do, story and everything else. I would rather want to compare it to Punishing Grey Raven or compare it to Honkai Impact. I feel like as well, people were saying that the combat itself feels a bit too simplistic, which the combat itself is a good amount of complexity to where I don't feel like I need to be like a math scientist in order to know what I'm doing. Like, it'll tell you most of the things that you want to do and most of the moves sets that you want to like work on. But I feel like I do know there's hidden mechanics in this game that I want to learn, because I have seen certain videos on it. People have been showing the Nicole, exploit, or I guess so-called her move, because it's fully animated, that she can do a certain attack with her briefcase. And so with that, the combat is fairly well for me, and it feels so fluid. It feels really good to, be in a continuous motion of combos and switching on and off and blocking and parrying. I enjoy a lot, because it's the sound design as well that really holds itself and really carries it, as well as the certain characters with their certain combat moves and their certain weapon styles. I tried every single character in the practice, and I feel like every character I enjoy a lot. I enjoy Billy. Billy's one of my favorites. I know down in the comments you can hate me, whatever, but Billy is personally my favorite. And if you guys want to let me know your guys' favorites, let me know in the comments below. Yeah, with that, when it comes to the characters, I enjoy their play style, and I think the combat is fairly good. It's fairly well. I would say that the combat sections are a bit short. If it was a little bit more lengthy, like the roguelikes, the quote unquote roguelikes, I would say that would be better and enjoyable. So hopefully they can adjust that and kind of make it a little bit more lengthy in the near future. Also, I kind of wanted to mention that people are also talking about the UI. I know it's a little small one, but I feel like the UI is personally enjoyable for me because one, you get to switch like which character you want to have as the background. I feel like that's pretty cool, and I feel like it's seamless. I do see the confusion though when it comes to character selection, when it comes to, you know, looking at your weapons or selecting which character, the certain passives of the characters at first as constellations when those aren't constellations. It's the actual cinema that's the constellations, if you guys wanted to know that, if that's something you didn't know, and well, now you know. I will say that this game is awesome personally because the bang boos, they're amazing. They're awesome. They look so cute. They look amazing, and just seeing them all the time in different styles too when you like obtain them, because I also think that's cool. But when I want to talk about mainly, I will say the pros and the cons of this game. To start off with the cons of this game, since I'm going to want to start off bad first, since I don't want to seem like just the, you know, tooty good shoes of making this game all praise. So I will say for the cons, when it comes to the levels themselves, when it comes to the length of the combat level, I will say, because I think when it comes to the television levels, it's just a good amount for me. If not, just make it a slightly bit shorter, because I know other people are saying it's quite boring or long. Dialogue sequences are cool for me. They're fine. Again, probably just make them a slight tad bit shorter, just a little bit shorter, so I can kind of progress through the story a little bit better. And also as a con, when it comes to the enemies themselves, I think personally, make them a little bit more active. Make them add a bit more attacks, make them a little bit quicker when it comes to the time between their gaps of attacking, because I feel like that's something that's going to be a bit better for you to actually use your dodge or use your blocks more, because using your counter blocks or your blocks basically drains your energy. So I feel like with that, it kind of gives you a strategy of being able to keep that at a good level while also being able to maintain and being able to dodge and being able to, you know, pinpoint who you want to target first. And from there, I think that should be fine. Okay, I think that's for the most part for the cons. I think for the pros, I feel like, again, I enjoy the animations, I enjoy the art style, and I enjoy the characters themselves. Great voice line, great voice acting. I feel like they've done a phenomenal job doing that, getting a good set of cast members for working on each of the characters. Because personally, I've enjoyed Billy. People may say he's annoying or obnoxious, but I enjoy the character personally. That's probably going to be my main character for quite a bit until somebody else like outbeats him. But for now, it's going to be Billy and then Ellen second, because, you know, you got to know she's just hot as hell. Another pro, the combat, again, is satisfying. It's really good. Again, as well, I do enjoy, I don't know if people were talking about this because I haven't seen any video talk about this yet, but when it came to getting materials, so on my inter level, I'm level 30 because I just reached 30 about an hour and a half ago. So when it comes to it, I just found out that when it comes to grabbing your weapon materials, your character materials for your level skills, your W engine materials, and anything else, I feel like when they change the aspects, so what you can do is you can essentially select each of the things that you want, being able to just select which ones you want, and you can mix match them. So if I want to, you know, level up Ellen and Nicole together with their weapon and stuff like that, I can do that all together, and I can, you know, I can put of how much I want for each one. If I need more for Ellen's materials, I'll use that. Or if I need less of Nicole's, if I only need like one, I'll only do like one enemy type that's of her materials. So I think that's a really beneficial thing that Genshin should have done. That would have been beneficial just for, you know, you being able to do that. Yes, it makes sense because Zenless Zone Zero is a more, you know, level-based game. You have to have that because doing that would have just been kind of a hard convenience. But I feel like with that, it's much nicer and it's much more convenient for me. Nextly, I would like to say it feels so satisfying to me getting characters and like rolling. I don't know why, because like when it came to Genshin, it was cool. It was cool at the start when I first did it, when I first would roll characters. But I feel like looking at the TVs and seeing everything and just how it is, and like even when you pre preview the characters, like literally when I got Ellen, and actually, yeah, when the making of this video right now, when I was recording this, I actually did get Ellen because I was just literally waiting for every ounce of moment to reach 30 so I can pull 10. And so I got her and I was like, man, this is amazing. And so I'm now gonna need to work on which W engine would be best for her right now, since I don't have her signature weapon, because I'm gonna try to be free to play on this account. I feel like on this channel, I'm gonna wanna keep it free to play. And so with that, yeah, like when it comes to that, I got her, and the animation of that, of the whole, you know, rolling system is awesome. And I think that's pretty much it for the pros for me. But I think overall, Zenless Zone Zero is not necessarily a bad game. I think there's just a lot of things that were promised when it comes to advertising that made it change its view, which I understand, and it's completely understandable to have a different mindset from knowing what the advertisements told you to now seeing something else. But I say for casual players, I quite enjoy the game, and I feel like that's something that quite a lot of other people will enjoy. And I just want you guys to know, I wouldn't want you guys to hate on anybody that likes the game or enjoys the game, because at the end of the day, they enjoy the game, and I feel like that should not be an issue. If you don't like the game, don't play it. I'm not like, you shouldn't have to play something you don't like. For us, for people that do enjoy a game, we enjoy it a lot. So just you don't need to tell us not to play this, or you don't like this game. You can tell us you don't like this game, but at the end of the day, it's not gonna have us change to play the game, like to not play the game anymore. I just kind of wanted to make this video just to kind of cover my thoughts and opinions of the game overall, and later I'll be making more content on certain things or certain aspects of the game. If you guys want to know or anything like that, just make sure to leave a comment down below to tell me what you guys want to know, or whenever I stumble across anything, just yeah. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure to leave a like and comment down below, and hopefully you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you guys later.